All right, everyone. Welcome back. We are making our way to do all the pilgrimages here on the southern part of the island. However, we are making a quick stop off by Seyda-Neen in order to
Your wounds are minor compared
go to our shack that we bought. We will be dropping off a bunch of stuff that we don't need, our potions and everything, our ingredients and all that, maybe even doing a bit of alchemy, and then making our way to the rest of the pilgrimage sites. Seeing as how we want to head to Seyda-Neen, why don't we head straight south and we'll follow this route along the river. Slough. It's not a river, it's a slough. There's no elevation changes. It's kind of brackish ocean water. It's a slough. Or a slough. So many different pronunciations. Thank you, Eddie Austin. Let's do another restore health, because we need it. Even though we're in a less dangerous area, you never know when you're going to run into something that might attack you. Let's do some exploring around. We've got heather and cork bulb and... Wait, what? You know, it's funny. I do have 3 of the skills necessary for joining the Fighters Guild. I don't think I'm gonna do it though. I don't think so. I don't think I need to do the Fighters Guild on this character. It might be fun to do, maybe just as a little way of gaining coin later on. But no. Alright, so we're going to head down this way along the path here. Oh, a mine. A Kwama mine. Okay. Kwama mine. Back that way. Straight down this way. Headed to Seyda-Neen. Head from Valmora to Seyda-Neen. Oh. And who might you be, ma'am? Navrasa Dralor. That first dialogue always takes a little bit to open. Hello, please, can you help me? I've lost my way. I cannot find the holy place for which I am searching. Yes, the fields of Kumu. I am on a pilgrimage to this holy gift places, but I seem to have lost my way. Perhaps you can help me find it? Surely you know this area better than I. I can pay you for your time. say 150 septims. I need to go there anyway, so yeah. Thank you so much. I know the fields of Kumu are near the water. The view from there is supposed to be breathtaking. I've also been told there's a farm nearby that pilgrims may sometimes stop and rest weary, at which pilgrims may sometimes stop and rest weary legs. Okay. Well then, we can go. And so we head on down. Ooh, she's a bit of a ways off. She did read the Pilgrim's Path, right? Here. I know we already read it once, but...
The pilgrim must visit each of the shrines of the 7 graces. At each site, the pilgrim must stand before the 3-sided stone triolith and read the inscription. To ease the pilgrim's task, the temple has made this list of shrines along with directions and advice to pilgrims. The blessings of each shrine last at least a half day. The Fields of Kumu, Shrine of Humility. Here, Lord Vivec met a poor farmer whose goa had died. The farmer could not harvest his muck without his goa, and he could not provide for his family or his village. So the Lord Vivec removed his fine clothes and toiled in the fields like a beast of burden until the crop was harvested. It is at the Fields of Kumu we go to pray for the same humility Lord Vivec showed on that day. The Fields of Kumu are west of Suran, on the north shore of Lake Amaya as you head towards Pelagiad. The shrine is between 2 rocks and most easily noticed while travelling east along the road. Alof's farm nearby has a small dock on the north bank of Lake Amaya. This is the only dock nearby which Alof kindly allows servants of the temple to use. It is customary to leave a portion of muck at the shrine to represent Vivec's humility, to stop the moon, the shrine of daring. When Sheogorath rebelled against the tribunal...
Yeah, I just figured I would let that play and we can hear it again to make sure. I like the audiobooks of Morrowind. You know what? We'll get to the Fields of Kumu, and then as a way of kind of easing the time, like easing the burden of having to go from Fields of Kumu all the way back to Draggletail, I'll take... we'll do Ancestors in the Dunmer, and we'll do that on the audiobook, because I know that one has an audiobook. Because I don't really feel like sitting down and reading the book right now, but I still want to get the information from it. So certain books I'll just, while we're traveling, we'll use the audiobook feature. I'm sure that'll be an interesting way of doing things, and then yeah, I can give my commentary and thoughts on what exactly is going on. I don't know who you are. I don't want to risk anything. Yeah, I really need to get a healing spell. Doesn't a Rill sell one? Also, I'm here. If I were to use a Divine Intervention scroll, it would probably pull me to Pelagiad. I hope. Does Maps of Vvardenfell show the... Yeah, it should pull me over to... It'll either pull me over there... Ooh, but it might also take me to Moonmoth. If it does, it's not that far. We'll figure it out. I know it'll take me to one of the two. Somewhere where there's an Imperial fort. somewhere where there's a cult, an imperial cult shrine. Is this the Fields of Kumu? This looks pretty. Thank you for your help, Vvardenfell. Here is the payment I promised you. May all of your travels be safe. Here in the Fields of Kumu, Vivec acted as a beast of burden for a poor farmer who could not harvest muck sponge after his guar died. So it's customary to leave muck. Now this is Alof's farm. I'm assuming you're Alof the Easterner. I am Alof the Easterner. Gather any gear from your fallen enemies. Why not try your hand at repairing the notches you put there yourself? Makes good practice, and you don't risk damaging your own equipment. Worn out weapons and armor work poorly. Repair them yourself if you have some skill, or take them to a smith for repair. I could do with repairing Fellthorn. Actually, don't I have... I think I have some... Wait, is that muck over there? Do I have any water walking? Oh no, but I do have... the flying goggles. I also would have taken something with Swift Swim. Swift Swim would have been cool. I really need to get my hands on some actual alteration spells. Cooked crab. Cooked right in the shell. So this is where I can get muck. Ooh, and marshmallow. Marshmallow good. Marshmallow mean health potions. I don't know what muck could be used for, but I can harvest a lot of it, so I might as well harvest a lot of it. Ooh, and salt rice. Ooh, I can just make... I think this might just allow me to make health potions. In which case I need to keep this island in mind. Might need to come back here later. Back to the flying goggles. I love the way levitation looks. Your character just moving fast through the air, or slow depending on how you're... what the level of levitation they're using. But now we have to make our...
Thank you for your help, my friend.
Too bad there's no way to kneel. Would you like to donate muck and ask for a blessing? Thank you for your humility, Lord Vivec. I shall never strut nor preen in vanity, but shall know and give thanks for my place in the greater world. Oh! It gave me a 100-point feather effect. Does that mean that if I... Wait. I can finally... Yes, thank goodness. We can wear all our armor. That'll get us back to... So yeah, this is going to be interesting, doing these pilgrimages. It'll be fun. Actually, don't I have a... I think I just saw them. Yeah, I have Rising Force potions, so I don't even have to buy any when I get to Vivec. I can just use the ones I already have. Thank you, Caldera. Pretty little netches. Maybe before we hit the... Yeah, let's do a couple of... We'll go to Vivec. But what we'll do is we will go to Draggletail, right? And then we will take the Siltstrider to Vivec. We'll do a couple more arena fights, get a little bit of money, and then we'll go do the pilgrimages. It's like, well, we're in Vivec, we're low on money. I know I came for the pilgrimages, but you know, travel's gonna be expensive. Okay. So, we're gonna go to Draggletail, and then we'll make our way backtracking over to Seyda-Neen. And we will take the... I really hope this doesn't get flagged again. Last time Nerevar Rising was in the song that's playing in the background, it got flagged by the copyright system, which isn't a huge issue. The problem is that it wasn't actually ascribed to the right person. It was ascribed to the person who I think is doing the soundtrack for Skywind. So I had to dispute that, and we'll see what happens, but I just basically told them, so yeah, I do understand that this song was in the video. It's part of the soundtrack of the game I'm playing, and you attributed it to the wrong person. It was written by Jeremy Sewell. There's a cover made by the guy that you're telling me it was made by. But he shouldn't be able, like, even if it's automated, that claim shouldn't be, an automated claim should not be made on behalf of somebody who didn't write the original piece. Because this is the original from the game's soundtrack. It's a little different in a game like Fallout, where there's a radio which has actual licensed music on it. But this doesn't have a radio. This is all non-diegetic music. Copyright strikes are weird. Or content ID claims are weird. Because, I mean, I get content ID claims on every single video as a result of my outro. But I reached out to Scratton, and he was totally chill about it. He said it'll probably get picked up by the content ID system. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not monetizing anything. And if I do end up, like, getting to a point where I can monetize, I'll reach out to him again and just be like, hey, so I've reached the monetization threshold. Is it still cool if I use your music? At which point I can just use the email as a way to dispute the claim and even reach out to the distributor. But I would never want to use someone else's work like that just to make money. I just like Stratton's music, and I have for a long time. So yeah, we're almost back home. Home. Back home. You know what, maybe that's what we should do. Let's see. Well, welcome back to our little slice of heaven in the swamps. Draggle Tail Shack. Let's put some stuff away. Yes, it's going to be a bit of an organization episode. Marshmallow. Salt ice. Sweet pulp. Sajama. We also need to put all our slowed booze away. Mazde. Grief. I don't have any Sheen. Oh, there it is, Sheen. And Slodic Brandy. Okay, so we're gonna take Darkest Dark. Any books? Oh, I completely forgot to. Go me. I got on a tangent. What is there to say? We'll take all these books. I do want to see if this one has an audiobook, though.
Mysticism is the school of sorcery least understood by the magical community and the most difficult to explain to novice mages. The spell effects commonly ascribed to the school of mysticism are as extravagantly disparate as Soul Trap, the creation of a cell that would hold a victim's spirit after death, to telekinesis, the manipulation of objects at a distance. But these effects are simply that, effects. The sorcery behind them is veiled in a mystery that goes back to the oldest civilizations of Tamriel and perhaps beyond. The Psijics of the Isle of Artium have a different term for mysticism, the Old Way. The phrase becomes bogged in semantic quagmire because the Old Way also refers to the religion and customs of the Psijics, which may or may not be part of the magic of mysticism. There are few mages who devote their lives to the study of mysticism. The other schools are far more predictable and ascertainable. Mysticism seems to derive power from its conundrums and paradoxes. The act of experimentation, no matter how objectively implemented, can influence magicka by its very existence. Therefore, the mystic mage must consign himself to finding dependable patterns within a roiling imbroglio of energy. In the time it takes him to devise an enchantment with a consistent trigger and result, his peers in the other schools may have researched and documented dozens of new spells and effects. The mystic mage must thus be a patient and relatively uncompetitive philosopher. For centuries, mostly during the Second Era, scholarly journals published theory after theory about the aspect or aspects of magicka lumped together under mysticism. In the Mage's Guild's tradition of finding answers to all things, respected researchers suggested that mysticism's penultimate energy source was the Aetherius itself, or else daedric beings of unimaginable power. Either rationale would explain the seemingly random figurations of mysticism. Some even ventured that mysticism arose from the unused elements of successfully, or even unsuccessfully, cast spells. Discussion within the Order of Psijics after Artium's reappearance has led some scholars to postulate that mysticism is less spiritual in nature as was originally supposed, and that either the intellect or the emotional state of the believer is sufficient to influence its energy configuration and flow. None of these explanations is truly satisfactory taken by itself. For the beginning student of mysticism, it is best simply to learn the patterns distinguishable in the maelstrom of centuries past. The more patterns are discovered, the clearer the remaining ones become, until of course they change, for inevitably they have to, and then the journey begins anew.
That's interesting. I'll have to read the other books about the schools of magic if they exist. I know I'm supposed to find breathing water for a quest. But, whatever. Not right now. No, right now it is 9 p.m. We're gonna rest. There's a bed right here. We'll sleep until 5. Okay. And this one we will call To Sedanin, then Vivec. We just have them named in ways that we'll be able to recognize, like, at a glance. Okay, so this is if I need to go back somewhere. The only reason I need to go back is if somehow a save gets corrupted. I just want to know exactly where things are going. So dark. There we go. I guess I could have dropped off some of this stuff.
Ghosts walk among them. The departed spirits of the Dunmeri, and perhaps those of all races, persist after death. The knowledge and power of departed ancestors benefits the bloodlines of Dunmeri houses. The bond between the living family members and immortal ancestors is partly blood, partly ritual, partly volitional. A member brought into the house through marriage binds himself through ritual and oath into the clan and gains communication and benefits from the clan's ancestors. However, his access to the ancestors is less than his offspring, and he retains some access to the ancestors of his own bloodline. The family shrine. Each residence has a family shrine. In poorer homes, it may be no more than a hearth or alcove where family relics are displayed and venerated. In wealthy homes, a room is set aside for the use of the ancestors. This shrine is called the Waiting Door and represents the door to oblivion. Here, the family members pay their respects to their ancestors through sacrifice and prayer, through oaths sworn upon duties, and through reports on the affairs of the family. In return, the family may receive information, training, and blessings from the family's ancestors. The ancestors are thus the protectors of the home, and especially the precincts of the Waiting Door. the ghost fence. It is a family's most
Why
solemn
walk
duty
when you can
to
ride?
make sure their ancestors' remains are interred properly in a...
Okay. So, yeah, I figured I'd start reading that. I'll read the ghost fence part ourselves. Oh, wait. Vadunius Nucius. He steers business my way and I do him a little favor now and then. I don't think he's happy here on Vvardenfell. I guess we'll quickly go talk to him then while we're here. I completely forgot that he told us to talk to the Siltstrider person. There you are. Not happy here? In fact, no, I'm not. If I had 100 drakes, I'd be on the next boat to Narcissus. I came here to make my fortune, and all I've gotten is this cursed ring. Say, would you give me 100 drakes for it? The ring itself is worth more than that, but the enchantment is cursed, and no one will buy it from me. It has a nifty little enchantment that helps you run faster. Problem is, it sucks the blood right out of you every time you use it. Please, you'll be doing me a real favor. Fine, I have 100 drakes, so I might as well. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. I'll head straight to Vivec and grab the next boat out of here. I think that's the fastest way off this island. Thank you. Thanks again, and I hope your luck is better than mine.
Let's get this over with quickly.
Damage health 10 points, fortify athletic 5. Okay, I see. It's not a very good enchantment. It's not terrible. It could even be useful in certain situations, but it's not great. Fine morn to you, friend. Looking for safe passage out of the bitter coast? You could risk the roads, sure. There's no telling what trouble you might find yourself in on the trails. I can take you by Siltstrider from Satanin to Balmora, Vivec, Nisus, or Saron. So go to... Let's go to Vivec. Vivec is the place that we want to go. Ah. Rain, rain. So nice. All right. So yeah, we'll make our way and like I said, we'll do a fight or two in the arena and then we'll make our way to the temple. Or actually, we'll just do a single arena fight. I like how you can see the difference in speed.
You got a death wish.
There's a fight going on in there.
Talk with you?
Back for more.
Something tells
you
me I
need
might
the
regret
pit
it.
like a Khajiit needs skooma. Oh.
Greetings, Dark Elf. How are you enjoying this wonderful arena? Yes, I'd like to book a fight. Excellent. The men at either door will let you into the pit. If you survive, come talk to me and I'll give you your cut of the profits. I think we'll survive. Let's use Felthorn, though.
It's big. Can't you find a way around the castle? Give him something to shout about, Outlander.
What am I fighting? An Argonian.
On one side, we have a proud, gun, fighter. Facing them, resourceful Argonian. Let the duel begin! Kill it!
Okay, I like that voice line.
Send them to hell! Kill it!
Sorry, I just had to check something. I was getting called. Yay! We did it again.
Of course, my money was always on you.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
Hey there, killer. Looking for a new dance partner.
60 plus 100 for the fighters for the Vivec. If you find any more fighters, I'll pay a finder's fee. Bigger crowds, which means more betting, which means more money. Okay. So we can always find more fighters, I'm assuming, because that is still checked off. Like, that's still blue.
Stay out of there.
Interesting. Alright, now we'll make our way and do... There are 3 pilgrimages here in Vivec, right?
This is Vivec, Pilgrim. It's big. Can't you find your way around the camp?
Let's see. Oh, I left the Pilgrim's Path at Draggletail. I can get another copy over at the temple, I can almost guarantee it. St. Olm's Canton. Okay, so here is the temple, I'm going to assume.
What do you want?
What are you looking for here in Vivec? Right now, I'm looking for...
Speak, traveler.
What could kill 2 ordinators before they can draw their weapons? Slit their throats. Happened right here in Vivec. Must be a sorcerer or a vampire. The Office of the Watch in the Halls of Justice is worried about sending their own ordinators out after this killer. The rumor is that the Office of the Watch is looking for outside help. You're an Outlander. Do you know 5 other Outlanders? Did you know that 5 other Outlanders were killed just the same way? Ooh. You might have to look into that. Okay, that's an awesome visual. That's an amazing visual. The concept art realized. You know what? No. We won't do that one because that one's easy to find and easy to deal with. That'll be the last one we do. Because there's the Puzzle Canal too, and I need to do that. Thank you for your generosity, Lord Vivec. I shall never hoard nor steal, nor encumber myself with profitless treasures, but shall share freely among house and hearth. See, and now I need to find a way to get into the temple itself. Because again, I need to buy a copy of Ordinator Barracks, the Underworks, Hall of Wisdom, Ordinator Barracks, Office of the Watch.
Speak the truth, and all shall honor you.
Isn't there also... Oh, we're gonna have to take a look at it. There's the mod in here that does a complete reworking of the library. So we're gonna have to find out how to get to the library of Vivec, because maybe for my 100 subscriber special, like when I get 100 subscribers, I will sit down and I will go to the library and I will just pick books to read. I just want to find it. Library of Vivec. Because there's a mod in here that apparently overhauls it and makes it better. Wow. Oh my god.
Go on about
That
your
is
business.
beautiful.
Submit to the three.
Where were you when the dragon broke? Oh, I wanted to read that one. I want to read that one as like a precursor to doing a Daggerfall playthrough. A piece of scholarly writing, Alchemist Formulary. Oh, that means I can find a copy of... Would they have a section? I don't know where.
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
The Gospels of the Saints, Consolation of Prayer.
Good grief. Did that woman put starch in my shorts?
Volumes of general interest can be found in the main reading room. Other collections are found in rooms adjoining the main reading room. Our special collection includes Western Studies, the Empire and the Province, is History, Arts and Crafts, Law and Customs, and Geography. The reserve room contains work on heathen cults. These volumes are not for sale, of course, and may not leave these
Speak
rooms.
the truth, and all shall honor you.
Do what is right, and all else shall follow. Speak the truth, and all shall honor you.
Wait, for sale? There are books for sale? I'll see if you
Go
watch
on about your business. What is it, citizen? Go on about your business.
Wow. Sorry, I know I'm taking up time here, but wow. I'm also looking for
Tidings.
a copy of the Pilgrim's Path, just because then we'll be able to double check my mercantile and my luck have been increased a little bit. King Edward books. Brief History of the Empire.
What words do you have for me, citizen?
Invocation of Azura.
3 gods, 1 true faith.
Hey, it's mysticism. Yeah, I literally lost track of time just running around here looking at this stuff. I apologize. This is awesome. Flora of Mournhold, Song of the Askeld Men. Sorry, yeah, we're gonna head out. I just need to find the...
Go on about your business.
He is a hard man, all right. Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Well, I don't think I'll find it in here.
What is this about?
And I'm not about to go all the way back to Draggletail. So I think what we're gonna do...
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
I do know... They said that the Puzzle Canal was underneath the Vivec's palace.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
So I'm assuming that they're talking about... Well, that's the palace. I don't think I have to go into the water. Puzzle Canal level 4. Okay. I think that's what we'll save here and leave off for next time. We will call this, simply enough, Puzzle Canal. Alright, it's good. Thank you everybody for watching. I know it wasn't the most eventful episode, a lot of menus, a lot of sorting stuff, but, oh, and a lot of books. But yeah, I think for the 100 subscriber special, I might just go over to the library there and sit down and read through some of the books. Just to get... I figure as soon as Falvis saw that, he would have been like, ooh, fucking knowledge about the culture. This is what I've been looking for. Plus... I saw where were you when the dragon broke. I was like, oh. Alright, sorry. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.